Hey guys, welcome. Dom here. The phrase as is to be, here's maybe where it should be. Does that ring a bell to you? Well, that's a phrase that we used a lot in the consulting space when we were working with a client who wanted to go from, say, point A over here to point Z up here. So we would work with them. We would say, this is where you are today. This is the processes, the people, the technology. People, processes, technology was what we used to use. And then here's the end goal. And then we would map out all this stuff and we would work out how we'd go from here to go to there. Now, it was never a straight line. It was always something that would be stepped. It would be a program. So let's just take that phrase and let's just put it into the fitness or health and well-being space, whatever you call it, what you will. I'm starting here. I've got a goal. It is now March. I've got a goal that by X time I want to have six-pack abs. Here it is up here. And as you and I both know, despite people telling you differently, you will not get there in a straight line. See, what will happen is this, is that you'll start off and you'll start with the fundamentals. You will start working out, doing your exercising, the moving, the mobilizers, I call it. You will maybe start to drink a little bit more water, at least 2 to 3 liters a day, because you're going to be working out and you're going to be perspiring, and it's also going to help you with digestion. That then leads me to the third thing, the food stuff. You're going to start eating a bit better. And but you're also not going to give up all the stuff because you're just starting to get a little bit better, and then you'll slowly implement some other stuff. Now, what will happen is that you will come along, you will get some results, and you will step up a bit, and you'll get some more results, and then you will plateau for a period of time. And it'll be something like this. Now, for some people, it's not a stepped approach. Some people, they stay here for a long, long period of time. Then they start to see results. And it becomes more of an exponential curve because something up here finally triggers. Now, as is to be, what the hell is this? Where should it be? Well, where should it be is simply this. Based upon where you are today, where you are next week, the week later, based upon your lifestyle, the choices that you're making, that's where you should be. That's where you are. And you are here because of that. So case in point, I move along and get some results, and I'm after the six-pack abs, but they ain't starting to show. Oh, I've lost the weight. I'm doing all the things, but I don't have the bumps. I don't have the visible six-pack. Well, you're still doing the beer or six every couple of nights a week. You're still eating out the greasy, shitty takeout, and you're maybe only doing your steps and you're not really focusing on dialing in that workout. Well, the as is to be, here's where you should be, is based upon where you are. So the question is, what are you going to do to get there? Let's call them sacrifices, because it sounds, no, they are sacrifices. People will give you another name to make it sound more palatable, but what are you prepared to sacrifice? If you are a shardy or two every night, and that's you consistently, then, and you don't want to give that up, you ain't going to hit the visible six-pack. If you are a pizza-loving, muffin-loving, all sorts of crappy food-loving type of person, and you're not prepared to give that up, and that's part of a social network that you're in, you go out and you have card night, whatever, but you stuff your face and you get pissed, you might only do that once a week. But if you are not prepared to give that up, you are not getting that six-pack. Now, there are some exceptions. There are some anomalies. Some people they just do, no matter what sort of shit that they eat. But it's more than likely for me and you're seeing them there, some young person. So one person who hasn't copped what it's like to be a parent for the first time, to go through stresses and moving jobs in cities and capital cities for a job and trying to fit in, or going on to a consulting company, then living out of a suitcase for the first 6 weeks of your life because you're away from your family, because that's the job. And you're juggling not only a long day, but a very short light, but bugger all sleep. You see, as is and to be are great. What it should be is where you are today. So I want you to simply understand that when you are mapping out what you're doing, just be prepared for you to stop and stall for a bit. Move forward, stop and stall, move forward. It's like if I ask you to go, Google Maps, please tell me to go from point A to point B. It'll give you a path. Now, I don't want to pay for tolls. I don't want to go on major roads at this time. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Go, redo it. It will redo your route, and the route will change, and you may zigzag back and forth, but never will it be a straight line. So the point of it is this. As is and to be are great. They're great things to have in your mind. But where you should be is where you should be, based upon your effort, your application of it, and the stuff that you're prepared to do or not do or give up or go without. So, when you're looking at these adverts that you're seeing of 6-pack in 28 days, 4 kilos in 4 weeks, and all that sorts of stuff, they're good, they're designed, they're enticing you to get you in. But no different than the people who went on The Biggest Loser, who all gained it back. If the structure to put it in place in the first place is not there, and the fallback mechanisms to help you get back up on the horse, if they are not there, I don't give a shit whether someone draws you a straight line to the goal. You're going to get there, but you're going to fall. And as there's the saying out there, we don't rise to the level of whatever, we fall to the level of our standards. So if your standard is, I'm busy, and that's it, and you make an excuse for not getting the 6 and the 7 and the 8 hours of sleep, and you're burning the oil at 4.5 and 5, then that's going to stagnate you. At some point, that's going to wake you up like a 2x4, smack you in the face. Goals are great. Starting points are great. They can be up and down, doesn't make a difference what it is. The point is, what it should be is where it is based upon where you are today. Be prepared to make the change. Be prepared to take on the hard roads. And for some of you, you maybe need to be prepared to jettison some of the shit behaviors and maybe people in your life if you really want to get to that goal. It can be fitness based. It can be career based. And therefore, if you're part of the party crowd, I can simply tell you now that your boss is not going to put up with you coming in 3 parts tanked on the Monday or shagged or whatever. If you're in a consulting space, it ain't going to happen. You're going to get that email at 10 o'clock at night, and that presentation better frickin' well be ready at 7. Whether you're pissed or not, who gives a shit? That's the expectation. As is to be. Maybe here's where it should be.